Factorio Space Age is a masterpiece. The quality of life changes are incredible, every planet has a fun and unique challenge, even Gleba, and the new features have fundamentally changed how players approach the game. Well, except for one. Quality has been the second most controversial thing about this expansion ever since it was announced, and even a year and a half after launch, the player base is still divided on whether it's a good addition or not. But I've thought of a rework that, in my opinion, fixes all the issues with quality in a way that isn't super overpowered and accomplishes Coverx's goal of balancing horizontal and vertical growth. I'm not the first person to think of this overhaul, but I haven't seen that many deep dives on the quality mechanic, and I have a little experience with Factorio, so I thought I'd chip in. The main issue with quality, in my opinion, is that the added complexity usually restricts it to one step in the production chain. Let's say you want some better quality solar panels in the early to mid game. Each solar panel needs 5 copper plates, 5 steel, and 15 green circuits, and they all have to be the same quality. Since high quality ingredients make high quality products, you're incentivized to use quality at every step of production, the full Monty approach. But that's a really bad idea. Here's why. Let's quality module up our copper furnace stack, and since quality decreases speed, let's extend it a bit so the ratios still match. Now instead of 30 copper plates a second, we're making 28.8 common, 1.08 uncommon, and 0.12 rare plates a second. 4% of our copper is being used to make plates that need dedicated assemblers for their specific quality, and if you're using them for something like LDS, you'll need a similar yield of high-quality plastic and steel. And if you're using them for circuits and put quality modules in your wire assemblers, you'll imbalance the quality ratio for iron plates since you have 2 quality steps versus 1 for iron, and you'll need to start wasting a bunch of your precious iron in an upcycling loop to keep your entire factory from deadlocking. It also gets way more complicated to filter with each additional quality step you unlock throughout the playthrough. Sure, you could use circuits to swap out the recipes on the assemblers, but is all this extra work worth it just for a slightly higher chance of getting 30 to 120% more power in a solar panel? Especially since all that work can be skipped with a single spaceship, but I'm going to talk about that later. All these factors combined mean that the only practical way to get higher quality items in the early to mid game is by tossing a couple quality modules in your mall assemblers, which personally I think is kinda lame. Because of the complexity of filtering out and balancing all the different qualities and the need for 5 different processors per product, this means that quality science packs are completely unviable. You could put legendary quality module 3s in your science assemblers, but with the extra science pack drain, you'll only get around 64% extra science, opposed to the 100% extra that legendary Proud Mod 3s give. Unless you want to build a massive, insanely complicated factory with feedback loops everywhere like Bigfoot, check him out by the way, quality is only really worth it for buildings and personal equipment. Personally, I think that's a huge shame, since the idea has a lot of potential. Which makes it even sadder that the entire quality system can be brought to its knees with a single research unlocked at the easiest planet in the game. You've probably clicked on this video just to hear me rant about asteroid upcycling. Because of these 3 recipes accepting quality modules and having an 80% chance of spitting out another asteroid, as opposed to the 25% chance of recyclers, you can just make a loop of crushers, wait a few minutes, and get endless amounts of legendary iron ore, copper ore, sulfur, carbon, and calcite. And also ice, but that's nowhere near as useful as the other ones. Also, since you can research over 200% LDS productivity, you can create an infinite loop that spits out endless amounts of legendary copper and steel, and all you need is a little bit of legendary plastic to get it started. Combined with a couple upcycling loops for planet-specific legendaries that are either a huge pain to set up, or a massive research sink that consumes way too much space, you can get every legendary building and module without any meaningful interaction with the quality system. Coverx originally wanted quality to extend the part of the game where you have to balance horizontal and vertical growth, but the complexity inherent to the system and various exploits mean that it's criminally underutilized. So in short, the problems with the current quality system are: it's only worth setting up for a couple items during the early game. Assemblers being locked to specific quality ingredients means that balancing different qualities is almost impossible at a large scale. And of course the good old LDS shuffle and asteroid upcycling. So how do we fix it? I propose 3 changes. First, don't allow quality modules in asteroid reprocessing, and make LDS productivity only go up to 100% instead of 300. This will force everyone to actually use the quality system if they want to make legendaries. But that alone won't fix quality. Players will be forced to either make insanely complicated full Monty quality factories and deal with all the added complexity, or they'll make giant upcycling factories that consume thousands and thousands of common resources to make a single legendary. Neither of those are very fun in my opinion. So my next proposal is to allow mixed quality ingredients in assemblers, and to change how quality is calculated. Look at this build from the FFF, where they introduce quality. If you actually want to use it in a factory, you'll need to filter out all the higher quality gears, filter out all the other high quality products you're using, and make sure everything's balanced with upcycling loops. If you screw up at all, your factory will deadlock. It would be so much easier if you could just feed in the raw sushi quality belt to assemblers and have them be able to process any quality ingredient they have. This completely fixes any potential deadlock issues, vastly simplifies upcycler designs, and should help to make multi-step quality builds more viable. But of course, we have to change how quality is calculated for this to work. Right now, quality percentage is just the chance of your product getting a higher quality, and the chance gets lower and lower with each jump. That's fine if all your ingredients are the same quality, but if they're mixed, how should it be calculated? I propose calculating a base quality for the output applied before the modules that relies on the quality of the ingredients. For example, if you have a recipe that needs 10 gears, and you have 5 common, 2 uncommon, 1 rare, 1 epic, and 1 legendary, the output should have an average quality of 2.1, with a standard deviation of around 1.37. With these two numbers, we can use a normal distribution to figure out the possible ranges of base quality and clamp it so that it can only go between the highest and lowest quality of the ingredients. Here are the chances for each quality for this example. Once it gets the base quality of the item, then it can apply the quality percentage from the modules. I'm pretty sure this system more or less maintains the same quality drop rates as before, but then again I haven't done the math to find out, so maybe someone watching can let me know. And the third change is just making items of different qualities stackable for transporting mixed quality ores on trains or putting them in chests in malls. This is more of a quality of life thing, honestly. This fixes the need to make separate chests in your mall for quality grinding, reduces the clutter of seeing all the different quality ingredients in the assembler, and should help a lot with inventory management. Maybe you could right-click the mix stack to quick select different qualities, but I haven't really thought about it that much. But I think all these things combined will give quality the attention it rightfully deserves, and also make full Monty bases more viable. This is my first time making a video like this, so let me know if there's anything I missed, or if you have any ideas for overhauling quality. And if anyone figures out a way to make biter egg quality grinding fun, please leave a comment about it, because I have no idea how to fix that. If 2.1 has support for mixed quality recipes, I might try to mod this into the game, but I'm about 3/4 of the way through Pyanodons right now, so I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. But yeah, thanks for watching.